Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read. I'm going to start with the Marvel guys because they've got this big old stack that I've got to get through. It's a big event week for Marvel. Let's talk some Infinity Wars. This is Infinity Wars number 5. A lot been going on in this book. I think Infinity Countdown caught a lot of people by surprise. That one sold super huge. Infinity War has been super huge. There's been lots of spin-offs. You're going to want to grab this last issue. You're going to want to pick up Infinity Wars Fallen Guardian. Big event going on in there. Infinity Warp's Ghost Panther. Been a lot of these little Infinity Warps books. Mashups of your favorite Marvel characters. You don't have to read all this stuff. It's not all interconnected. But everybody that's been following along has been liking pretty much all of this stuff. So if you've been following along, this is pretty much the end of it. If you haven't been, well, just jump right in and catch up on all this stuff. It's like all the Marvel event books. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of events, this is Extermination number 5. Another one everybody's been waiting for. I've been saying for a little while it's a good time to be an X-Men fan. Again, this book I think took a lot of people by surprise. A lot going on in this. A lot with that one, with this one, Uncanny X-Men number 6. This one's been weekly. Everybody's been asking me. I think it's only going to run weekly through issue 10, and then it will be on a more regular shipping schedule. Maybe less regular, I should say. But as I said, a lot going on with the X books, like Domino, like Iceman, and Dead Man Logan. Wraps up all your X books for the week. Oh, one more. Weapon H, I guess, rounds out your X books. But some other events to talk about, like Spider-Geddon. Yes, Infinity War, Spider-Geddon, all kinds of stuff going on with Marvel these days. This one has also been super huge. This one also has a lot of tie-in books that you don't necessarily have to follow along with, but you're probably reading Spider-Gwen, Spider-Force, Spider-Girls, all the other fun spider stuff that's been going on. Life of Captain Marvel number 5. Also the last issue of one of the event books. Not necessarily a huge event, but you might have heard she's got a movie coming up. Everybody's excited about that one. The trailer looks awesome. She's really been one of the more popular Marvel characters for, well, as long as I've been alive. So it's really great to see her on the big screen. Big week, speaking of big screen, for the Black Panther. Here's Black Panther and Deadpool. Here's Black Panther on the cover of Marvel Knight's 20th anniversary. Really been into this Marvel Knight stuff. That's been a lot of fun. Here's Killmonger number 2. I think Killmonger number 1 snuck by a few of you. That's the second issue. You can grab number 1 when you pick this one up. And the Black Panther's sister gets her own book as well. Also the second issue, and you're going to want to grab the first issue of that while you're picking this one up. Captain America. My all-time favorite book. Keeps rolling right along. This one's been super awesome. A lot of Marvel books have been renumbered, rebooted lately. Getting a little more back to basics, as we've been saying in the podcast. Like that one, like Thor. Old Man Hawkeye rounds out your Avengers-esque books for the week. Unless you're talking about Unstoppable Wasp. Or West Coast Avengers with a cool homage cover. Extra points to you if you can tell me the original issue where that cover first appeared. Defenders First Defense is actually part 5 of some one-shots that have been rolling out the last couple of weeks. You got Silver Surfer, Namor, Immortal Hulk, Doctor Strange, and now this one. All 5 of them are going to form a nice little trade paperback at some point. I'm a big Defenders fan from back in the day. I'm a big fan of all of these characters, like most people are. You're probably a Surfer fan, or a Doctor Strange fan, or a Hulk fan, Namor fan. Good stuff. Grab those one-shots. Pick this one up. Fun stuff. The Champions and the Runaways are your millennial marvels for the week. The Punisher takes on Hydra. That's probably my cover of the week. That's an especially cool cover right there. And Season's Beatings is your holiday-esque book from Marvel. Just 1 week before Christmas. Nothing says the holidays like Deadpool. And Solo: A Star Wars Story. It's your Marvel Star Wars book for the week. That's your adaptation of the latest movie. Always encouraging you guys to check out the whole bunch of awesomeness that Marvel does with all their Star Wars stuff. And it's a great week for the DC guys too. Speaking of people that have their own movie, let's talk some Aquaman. Just in time for his movie this week, we got a new part 1. This is your jump-in point on the main title for everybody that's all excited about Aquaman these days. Now written by Kelly Sue DeConnick, who is, I don't know, one of the biggest hot talents in comics these days. So if you like the movie, or if you're just interested in some Aquaman, and for some reason you haven't been following along with this title, now's your chance. And it's always a big week for this guy. Always talking up Batman here in the shop, on the podcast. Any chance we get, we're talking up Tom King and the awesome job he's doing with this book. It's your new jump-in point if you're one of the 3 people that's not reading Batman right now. Kings of Fear. It's your other Bat title for the week. It's issue 5 of the 6-issue mini. Catwoman and Harley Quinn are a couple of your former Bat villains now in their own title. And Nightwing. This is really one of the best books DC has, which says a lot because they got a million great books going on right now. If you're not following Nightwing, you're going to want to grab Batman 55, grab Nightwing 50, and catch up to this latest issue. Pretty much changing everything you know about Dick Grayson these days. A lot going on in that title, and it's really, really awesome. Speaking of a lot going on and really awesome, Justice League 14. This is part 1 of the 3rd arc of the latest incarnation of Justice League. The last arc was freakishly incredible with the Legion of Doom and all that. Much like Nightwing, this is one of the best books in comics. So if you're not following Justice League for some reason, this is your chance to jump in. I recommend grabbing that first trade, grabbing issues 8 through 13, or just grab this week's 14 and see what all the awesomeness is about. Teen Titans number 5. Or 25 is double size. That's your other DC team book of the week, along with Freedom Fighters number 1 with Uncle Sam. If you don't know much about Uncle Sam, or DC's version of Uncle Sam, you don't know much about Freedom Fighters or the Justice Society, now's your chance. Get on Google or good old Wikipedia or whatever have you. Check out the Alex Ross graphic novel of Uncle Sam, one of the greatest books of all time. Very excited to see these guys back in comics. Damage, taking on the Justice League. It's your New Age of Heroes books. Another thing we've been talking a lot about. If you don't have a New Age of Heroes book on your list, you're missing out on something like this one, or Terrifics, or Silencer, or one of the many awesome books they've been rolling out under this New Age of Heroes thing. Cover. It's your Jinx World Brian Michael Bendis book of the week. Everybody loving Brian Michael Bendis these days. American Carnage. The 2nd issue of a new Vertigo title. Always encouraging you non-superhero folks to have a Vertigo book on your list, like this one, or Lucifer, your Sandman verse book of the week. Always lots of great stuff from the DC guys. And it's a good week for all the other guys too. Love talking up some Mike Mignola. This is Crimson Lotus, the latest Hellboy book. You know, I'm always talking up some Hellboy and BPRD, anything from Mike Mignola, because it's the best of genre fusion. You get your superhero, your horror, your crime noir. It's all in there. Great stories and great art. And American Gods, it's your other Dark Horse book of the week, because we love anything Neil Gaiman around here. Spawn. Check out that cool cover to Spawn. That and Witchblade are your Image books of the week, because yes, Image does all kinds of things, but they still do their classic stuff like Spawn and Witchblade. Spawn still has some of the best art in comics. It always has. Witchblade is always super cool, superhero, crime fiction. A couple of Image classics right there. Firefly, now from Boom Studios. Written by Greg Pak. If you don't know who Greg Pak is, Google that guy. He's done all kinds of great stuff. You'll love some Firefly. I really enjoyed the first issue. Really felt like the dialogue from the show. Excited to read the second one. Excited to always see anything Joss Whedon in comics. Good job, Boom Studios. The mighty MMPR is your Boom Studios book of the week, because you guys can't seem to get enough of the Power Rangers. Kiss, Blood and Stardust, the hottest band in the land, is my Dynamite book of the week, because I love seeing Gene Simmons making money. And Red Sonja is your Dynamite book of the week? I don't know if you know it, but Amy Chu is really awesome, and she writes like 99% of everything Dynamite does, and she has huge range and lots of talent. So check out anything from Amy Chu, and check out anything from Dynamite Comics. I'm pushing those guys all the time because they do great stuff. Betty and Veronica get a new title from Archie, another publisher I've been really talking up lately. Can't get enough of Archie with their mainstream line like this one, and Archie, their horror stuff like Afterlife and Sabrina, Jughead the Hunger, Vampironica. Everybody should have an Archie title on their list because they've been awesome for 80 years. Bloodshot and Exo Manowar, my Valiant books of the week. Also always encouraging you guys to have a Valiant book on your list because, again, sort of genre fusion of superheroes and science fiction. Lots of great stuff from the Valiant guys. And it's always a great week for the all ages books too. How about Marvel Superhero Adventures taking on Frost Giants? That makes it a Christmas comic just in time for the holidays. My Little Pony, because nothing says happy holidays like magical friendship. And Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Because nothing says ho 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 like taking on vampires. Everybody loves some classic Scooby. Great week of stuff, so make sure you check those shipping lists, get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. Want to mention that we are closed next week, celebrating the holidays with friends and family, so we will not be here next Wednesday the 26th. There's very few books coming out next week, so we'll go ahead and hold them for you for January 2nd. That will be the next Wednesday that we're back open. Hope you all have happy holidays. Enjoy that time out with the friends and family because that's what it's all about. Also want to mention that we've got some new store hours starting next year. We will be closed Mondays and we'll be open from 11 to 7, hanging out a little later for you Wednesday, folks. Check the website at black-cat-comics.com for all the pertinent information as always. That's all we got for you for this week. You can check us out at the aforementioned black-cat-comics.com. Check out the Facebook page. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out the podcast at soundcloud.com. Just get on down here to the good old brick and mortar in Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year.